Mornings in India, a country where the average working hours are from 10 AM to 6 PM. But Abs is waking up at 5 AM today. And that's because today is another weekday. Every weekday morning and on Saturdays, Abs gets ready to go to his 6 AM tuition classes where he's a teacher. It takes him about 15 minutes to get to work and he usually goes without eating. Abs teaches English in one of Gujarat's largest cities called Vadodara or Vadodara. It has a population of just over 2 million, but in a country of 1.3 billion people, that is nothing. With hundreds of thousands of people all over India who wish to move out of the country, the tuition class business for English has become hot and also massively competitive. Now this is where teachers like Abs come in that have joined this opportunity of educating hundreds of students at a time so that they can score enough marks on competitive exams to stack up enough points to move to countries like Canada, Australia and the UK. Abs is the first person to arrive in the office every day, which means that he's the guy that turns everything on. He starts by checking his emails and waiting for his students to arrive. And when they do arrive, these lessons tend to be quite intense, I have to say. Most of these students come from a Gujarati medium school, so they were taught everything in Gujarati since they were children. And this is why an English exam is so tricky for them. Experienced teachers in Indian cities often earn something around 55,000 rupees per month. That's equivalent to about £600 or $750 US. Now, a beginner tuition class teacher could earn anything from half that amount to multiple times, depending on how many classes they teach. There are 2 classes that Abs teaches every morning and he gets a 5-minute break in between them. I noticed that there were no tea or coffee breaks in between that. Abs had decided at a certain point in his life that he wanted to migrate out of India and into Australia. This is how he ended up giving the PTE exam or the Pearson test for English. Now Abs ended up getting a 90 out of 90 in the PTE and he decided that while he waits for Australia to send him the great news, he's going to start teaching other students to get as high of a grade as he did. The PTE is just one type of exam that's accepted by the Australian and even New Zealand authorities for migrating to those countries. And Abs often has to get involved even after hours to solve the queries of his students. Abs is going to head straight home now and freshen up a little bit. And since he has exactly 3 hours to go until his second classes start, this is Abs' chance to go to the gym. This time he's going to take his motorbike for some reason. Abs' gym is just around the corner from where he lives, so it's not going to take him that long. So much for candid cameramen.
Very good morning, sir.
Abs tries to maintain a healthy lifestyle, which is a little bit difficult when you live in the country of samosas, but he does his best and comes to the gym every day. Today he's going to do a little bit of cardio on the treadmill, do some pull-ups and some endurance training. Okay, now he's just showing off. Some tire flips and in general he's just trying to build up some... Abs is a vegetarian, as most people are in the state of Gujarat, India. And it just so happens that he's starting to get very hungry now after that session in the gym. And although many restaurants around the world don't have that many options for vegetarians, there are tons of vegetarian options in all restaurants in India. So finally, this is the time to eat. After sanitizing his hands, Abs would usually get something like batata poha, which is a Gujarati fried rice dish with potatoes in it, and he would normally have that with Gujarati tea. This is supposed to fill him up until the evening because he's not going to get a chance to have lunch today.
Okay, main problem
He keeps getting a surprising number of phone calls, but he has to pick them up as they might be potential clients. It takes Abs approximately 1 hour to get to his next destination, where he goes to also give tuition classes in English. Now this other place is in a different part of the city, and of course with Indian traffic it always takes quite a while to get to places. Abs is quite new to these classes, so he's still getting used to the long drive and the students here.
The reason I have given you linkers is
Abs also has multiple classes in this location that begin at 3 PM every day. His last class finishes at 7 PM, which means that he usually reaches home by 8, and by that time he is knackered. You might be surprised to learn that Abs' original dream was to become an electrical engineer like his father, so he went to university to study electrical engineering. He quickly discovered that it was a massive challenge to land a first job, but since his English was very good, he decided that it was probably going to be a good idea to start working at a call center as a technical recruiter in India. But finally, after looking a lot and talking to the right people, he did end up finding a job as an electrical engineer as he always wanted. In the 6 years that he worked as an electrical engineer, he ended up having to work in Baroda, Jamnagar, Ahmedabad, Panipat, Mumbai, Assam, Chhattisgarh and Saudi Arabia. But in the peak of all of this, he realized that he had to work up to 18 hours a day, including Saturdays and Sundays, for an 8-hour job, just to impress his manager so that one day he could get a promotion. Now that promotion never ended up coming, but Abs did realize that without the money, the security and the social life, he was not going to be happy in any job. So that's when he started thinking about his other options. Abs decided that he would give the IELTS English exams and apply to Canada to go there under the Federal Skilled Worker Program. Unfortunately, Abs never ended up getting sufficient points even after giving the exam 3 times, so now he needed a plan B. Someone recommended to him that he give the PTE exam and go to Australia. Since Abs' only sister and quite a few friends had already gone to Australia, it started to sound like a good place to go to. Enter Abs, the PTE teacher. Abs says that he found peace in educating other people to follow their dreams while he was trying to fulfill his own. And he says that while he waits for Australia to respond to his application, he continues to dream. Abs is now 29 years old and he's started to realize that life's responsibilities do eventually start catching up with you. That was not planned. He finds it even more important now to take an opportunity when it presents itself to you. He says that he found a lot of peace in educating other people to follow their dreams while he was trying to fulfill his own. For now, he may just need to get used to the fact that his future might just be in the hands of an immigration officer, but at the end of the day, he is very satisfied that he's been able to leave a career that he didn't enjoy and move on to something that gives him satisfaction and something that comes more natural to him. I have personally known Abs' story firsthand because he's been a very close friend of mine since I was a kid. We went to school together, and his is a story that I felt like a lot of people around the world, especially in India, can relate to. Lots of people around the world do want to emigrate or have already emigrated to another country, and it's often a massive turning point in the lives of people who do so. So that's why I wanted to share this video. It's something that I've personally found very interesting, and I hope you did too. And either way, do make sure you wish good luck to Abs for his continuing story. story. And I also want to thank Pranav Sharma for his cinematography and camera help. There's going to be more content like this on my channel in the future, so make sure you stay tuned. And until then, take care and have a nice day.